the people will see this at the point that I decide arbitrarily is the intro. Oh, the whole game crashed. Whoa, what happened? Okay, I'm reopening the game. Maybe that'll be the the intro. Loading.
There you are!
Hey!
It
worked! We did it! Just short play session, everybody, because we only have so much time. You know, between episodes, I bought the game on Switch just so I could play it more, because it's so good.
Really?
Yeah,
do you like farming games in general?
Yeah. Like, I grew up with Harvest Moon and stuff.
Yeah, there's a new game, I think it's called Harvestella, that's coming out from Square Enix relatively soon.
Ooh,
Are you gonna
I haven't
play
heard.
that?
I will definitely at least look into it.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna be obsessed with it whenever it comes out.
Oh yeah, probably. Does it have multiplayer?
That's the question that I'm asking. See, I don't know enough about it myself to say whether it does or it doesn't. You know what? I'll find out right after this, and I'll tell you whether it has multiplayer or not.
There we go.
But you know what? I'm honestly used to farming games not having multiplayer, so I would not bet
I guess so. I mean, most of them just didn't growing up. Oh right. So what we were talking about as I hit the record button, which I am now gonna just say on air because whatever, someone might find it interesting. You were asking if I had a good sense of direction, and I said no, and I asked you if you know what aphantasia is. So I have aphantasia. So I am guessing you can see things in your head when you close your eyes and you have a big thunk, right?
Kinda, sorta.
Like, you can see what an apple looks like in your head right now. It might not be, like, super accurate, but, like, you can see it, right? So I can't.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that you were supposed to be able to see things in your head till I was, like, 21. Because I always thought, like, you know, English is full of, like, phrases that don't literally mean what they're saying, you know? So when people would say, like, picture this, picture that, I thought it just meant think about something.
You thought they were joking?
No, I thought they meant, like, think about this, think
about that.
You
thought it was like a figure of speech.
Yeah,
I didn't really mean that.
Yeah, like, think about this, not literally see it in your head. I didn't realize you could literally see stuff in your head. It turns out, like, 2% of the human population or something has aphantasia, which is why, without fail, every time I've ever brought up aphantasia on the show, at least one person watching has realized they have it and made the realization of, oh shit, I'm supposed to be able to see things in my head? So, you remember in kindergarten, I think this is a pretty common thing across most kindergartens. You remember in kindergarten how they would do those exercises, the imagination exercises where you close your eyes and they tell you to picture shit? That didn't work for me. But that is supposed to be developing your ability to see things in your head, because it's not like being blind where your eyes are broken, you know? It's a skill you develop. A lot of people develop that skill naturally as children. I didn't. Some people just don't. So in my head, you know when you look at a light bulb and then you look away and there's that, like, glowing multicolored after image?
Yeah.
Those are what images are in my head. It looks very, very close to that. Outside of that, I can just see motion, but there isn't anything attached to the motion. I don't really know how to describe it better than that, because it doesn't verbally make a whole lot of sense to me either, but then again, I can't see what's in normal people's heads. So that's why my sense of direction is horrible. I can't see the map in my head. I have to look at it.
See, now you make me feel bad, because I have no excuse for why I have a bad sense of direction. I just do. I'm just not good at remembering stuff and things around me. I feel like if I got lost in my hometown, which obviously I've seen, like, my family drive through several times, I still wouldn't be able to make my way home from the Walmart or something. It's that bad for me.
Oh yeah, for me, anytime I actually got good at navigating around an area, it was a very small area, and it's just because I walked it so many times, you know, like, back in high school, I knew, like, 1 or 2 blocks in every direction from the high school, because next to the high school was a mall, so we'd go there for lunch. But outside of that, like, you go a block beyond that, and it's a total blank for me. I just know that I'll recognize it when I see it, if I can recognize it, you know? I couldn't actually map it out for you without literally seeing it. It's also why, like, when people ask me to spell something, I can't, even if I know how to spell it. What I do is I type it out or something like that, and then I read it off of what I just wrote down. Because otherwise it just doesn't compute for me.
Really? I never even
Yeah.
thought that like the whole spelling issue could be like linked to aphantasia. Like the way you were describing it, I was just thinking, oh, you can't picture anything in your mind. But wait, you also mean like letters. You can't picture letters in your mind either.
Yeah, nothing. My
that's
mind
wild to
is
me.
not completely blank in terms of visuals, but the visuals are not useful in any way.
The visuals aren't useful in any way. Wait, what are you saying?
No.
Like strobe lights? Like
yeah, I mean it's like lights that change color or motions that
Like
I
a
can
lava lamp?
sometimes tell you kinda. I can sometimes tell you what the motion is probably supposed to be. But it's not helpful in any way. It's not like okay, so some people do math in their head, right? And for some people it's intuitive and it's because they've memorized multiplication or whatever. Some people can do it through audio in their head, and some people can see the numbers in their head. I can make the numbers appear in my head, but it's almost like when I look at them in my head, they go out of focus and I can't read them. I feel like the numbers are correct, but I can't actually know because I can't actually properly see them. Does that make sense? I'm trying to, I'm just failing.
I'm not very good at keeping numbers in my head either. Although I don't think that's why I was bad at math. I think I was just bad at math because, you know, some people are just kind of not good with numbers. And
I was very good at math
until
I was really good at math until I got to the point where like you have to kind of have some trick in your head to do it. That's when like boom, just from one grade to another, I completely started failing math. It turns out I'm really good at anything that doesn't require me to like see it, and then anything beyond that goes to hell.
Sounds pretty relatable to me.
Yeah.
Although I have no excuse compared to you. I have no excuse whatsoever.
Now, in fairness,
were you good at like what kind of like subjects were you good at in school, or did you find everything difficult?
I was good at like English, philosophy, video editing. Of course, we had a class called Comtech, Communications Technology. I think every school called it something different, though. Communications technology was just like the video editing and video recording and stuff. You know, video tech class. We all use the same shipping box on this farm, right? Oh, hey, there's your person.
Yeah. Hello, mud
I
balls.
love your... Oh, thank you. I love your shirt.
You're welcome. It's the only one I use. Every time I look at the other shirts, but I don't want them. I just want this one. Just want this shirt.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be way less useless at the game now. Just because I got it on Switch. I was just in such a mood for it because we played it, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta play more, and you were busy, so I ended up buying it on the Switch, and so like I've played all the way to the first winter. On the Switch just in the meantime, so I've got some practice in. I'm relearning the PC controls, but at least I kind of remember like where things are and what I'm doing now.
Damn, I don't think that I'm gonna beat you in fishing anymore, am I? I think you're gonna...
In fairness, I already was beating you in fishing.
That's not true!
I was!
You just have selective memory loss? That's not true, okay? You did not
I don't know. I was crushing it.
No! No, you weren't. Listen, just because you got like a bunch of iridium fish, that has nothing to do with anything else.
I don't know. I feel like I was doing pretty well.
Okay, you're coping. You're just coping right now. I know for a fact that...
I wonder if the game records our money made from fish.
It does it?
Does it? I don't think it does. Not like long term, right? Is there a menu for that? Yeah, I'm looking through the menus
I'm trying to look, but I remember time doesn't pause, so I'm like trying to not be super annoying.
I'm just like, oh yeah, I by the way, you know how I was having issues trying to equip bait before? I realized, oh yeah, it's only certain fishing rods that can have bait. The bamboo pole's just not good enough for it.
That's right, you need a better rod.
Achievement, don't you insult my rod.
The size of your rod does matter in Stardew Valley.
Did you see my Twitter the other day?
Which post?
Okay, so there's a thing, okay, you know, like those websites for anonymous questions, like Curious Cat and Springform and whatever. There's a new one that's like an app, and I tried
I
giving
think
it
I
a
might have
try
seen
the
it.
other day. NGL, I think it's called. So I tweeted out my link to that, and so I could take anonymous questions on it. Thought it'd be a fun thing on my day off. And I
wasn't a
got
fun
like
thing, was it?
200 questions, and I have no way to reply to any of them because I realized this app only lets you reply to them on phone, and I'm useless with touchscreens. And so I haven't replied to any of them. So I just took a screenshot of one of them and posted it on Twitter with the caption, "I've made a grave mistake." And it's just someone saying, you got a big Arbok and dem drawers?
Well, I mean,
Well,
do
yeah,
you? Do you
everyone
have
was
anything
asking.
I mean,
My wife actually did say, should I confirm or not, when she saw the tweet.
if anyone's gonna confirm it, it's safe for her to do so, right?
Yeah, I guess but she's not impartial. Neither am I.
No. Listen, Mah-Dry-Bread, I trust you to be very fair, balanced, and honest as to the size of your Arbok.
Arbok.
Yeah. Your Cobra, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I don't know if it's evolved yet.
Cobra backwards. I can give you that deep Pokemon lore. By
I've
deep
got a letter
Pokemon
from my
lore, I
dad,
mean I
that's
don't know
the first.
any Pokemon lore, by the way. I'm passable at Pokemon and play it a lot.
Wait, you don't know any Pokemon lore? I'm surprised. See, I used to
I
waste a
watched,
bunch of my
like, the
time
anime.
watching videos on the internet.
Oh. See, I do waste a lot of my time watching videos on the internet, but it's like other things.
Yeah, I mean, imagine with like all the Pokemon videos that you make, you don't want to sit back and watch other people have their Pokemon videos as well. I get
do
it.
sometimes, like just a little bit. There's a few people who all watch their Pokemon stuff because it's always really fun. Like Johnstone. Johnstone's videos are always a really fun time, and he's just a nice dude, so that's always awesome. There's a few people that I'll peek in on their Pokemon videos, but for the most part, I don't watch Pokemon stuff because I already spend like fucking 4 to 6
Thousands of
hours a day
hours.
doing Pokemon related things for my job. My
No, I get it
escapism is
completely.
pro wrestling.
When are you
I
gonna
gotta go
become a pro
fishing.
wrestler?
Uh,
When are you gonna debut?
probably not going to, just because of the whole Ehlers-Danlos thing. I feel like when you got a condition where your joints are all shit, it's not a good idea to land on your back for a living.
You know, you drive a hard bargain. Oh, I also forgot the computer controls. You're not alone. I lost a fish because of that. I feel a little bit embarrassed.
Hey, big question here. You like the anime, right?
Yeah, I like the anime. That is
Okay.
correct.
Are you very familiar with, I don't know, I guess a bunch of old shonen anime? I'm thinking like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, stuff like that?
Old school. Listen, all right. So I am almost Gen Z, I think.
Okay.
So my definition of old school anime probably gonna be the first season of Naruto, Inuyasha.
You know what? Naruto counts.
Yeah, Naruto counts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Naruto.
Okay, then you already know what a tournament arc is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay, then you are easy mode with explaining the appeal of pro wrestling to. And I love anybody that I can talk to who has simply watched any anime with a tournament arc, because it goes from so hard to so easy to explain why people like it. Most of wrestling is a tournament arc. It's hundreds of unique characters who developed their own character and unique cool ass moves, and you get to see them routinely match up in different unique matchups where they put on different choreographed cool ass fights. Not unlike Naruto in the Chonin exam, or Yu Yu Hakusho with its Dark World tournament, or Dragon Ball with its tournament every season. Yeah,
So wait, what
there you
you're
go.
saying is that it's basically like an anime with all of the boring parts cut out.
Kind of. They keep the plot stuff too. Like, plot stuff's important, obviously, in backstage interviews and you know, whatever wacky hijinks your individual wrestling show you enjoy has.
Yeah, no filler arcs though, are there?
I'm not going to say that some shows don't waste your time, because there are storylines that get dropped abruptly. You see, when you've got a weekly live-action TV show that is in front of a live crowd surrounding the Ring 360, shit doesn't always go to plan. People get injured, you know? Like, Goku never gets injured and ruins your next 3 months of stories, because Goku only gets injured if the writer wrote for him to get injured. In the world of wrestling, you can write for a guy to get storyline injured, but he might also just break his arm in a match. And if he breaks his arm in a match and he's out for 9 months, well, you gotta rewrite your story there, buddy, because he's not on TV.
It keeps the writers on their toes, though.
It does.
Sounds kind of fun while also being extremely stressful.
It's
kind of
interesting.
like being a YouTuber.
Kind of. Yeah, actually, there's a lot of correlation between being a wrestler and being a YouTuber, which is probably why I've made so many wrestler friends.
It's all starting to come together.
Mm-hmm. You see,
I want you to
people
just have
instead,
a harem of wrestle friends.
people instead sometimes they hear that wrestling is redneck anime, and I think people believe that just because it sounds funny and cool, but people who watch wrestling never call it that. And I think a big part of that is that it's not redneck. Pro wrestling comes from and is, oh, hey, an achievement. Wrestling is both from and different in America, Canada, the United Kingdom, Japan, Germany, Mexico. They're all pretty different, but they have a lot of crossover and different styles and everything. And it's most definitely not redneck in most of it. So not the best comparison. Puts it too pigeonholed into one thing, you know? You could find redneck wrestling if you look for it, though. If that's what you're into.
This is about to be a really weird question. Do you have rednecks in Canada?
Yes, of course. In fact,
How
I'm
are
from...
they different from US rednecks? I need to know.
Okay, so... Okay, I was about to say your state, but then I realized you're actually from hell, which is Michigan.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
from
so
Michigan. So Michigan, right next to Canada. Okay, so
Yeah,
we do
right
of course
next
have rednecks. Most of Canada is rural. We only have a few population centers. It's a hard country to live in, just in terms of like climate. In fact, where I live, you know, in Ontario, the other day, I've got a friend from West Texas, you know, like desert Texas, and it was the same temperature here as there, except for here it was 100% humidity. It was like 42 Celsius. But we also get to negative 40 Celsius, so it's disgusting here. Welcome to the lake effect. Rednecks here are a bit different. We sound more like Minnesotans. I say we because I spent my first 10 years of life in a very small town called Dunnville along Lake Erie. It's about as rural as it gets in terms of Ontario, unless you wanted to go like far northwest, which is kind of different. Big beer culture, which I guess you guys have too.
Yeah.
The accent is very Minnesotan sounding. That's how I describe it to an American, where when you think of like stereotypical Canadian accents, you're probably mostly thinking of our equivalent of rednecks. You might also be thinking of Newfies, people from Newfoundland, although they sound a little more Irish, mostly because of who settled there. As for big differences, I don't know. We dress a little different, I guess, just because it gets colder in the winter, even if it doesn't really get any... It's not really less hot in the summer here. We also have cowboys, which a lot of people, I don't think, know. I think when people think of cowboys, they think of... Yeah, I think when people think of cowboys, they mostly think of North Mexico and South, like, America, Southeast. And not too far east, I guess, South Central. But Canada has them too, mostly out in Alberta in the west where the prairies are. It's just a flatland thing. Because we also have a rancher culture, but that's less in Ontario. Ontario's where all the farming is. Out west in Alberta in the flatlands, that's more of ranching. And so that's where you get the cowboys. Canadian cowboys just dress warmer with flannel because, you know.
You also don't have sawed-off shotguns.
We do, actually, yeah. Gun ownership in Canada is quite high. Just your city Canadian wouldn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, we don't have,
idea.
we don't have as much of a gun culture as you guys do in terms of, like, venerating guns. But in fairness, we have a very different history, you know? So I can understand why we got to this different point. But the funny thing is, for as much as in Canada, we often promote that we are gunless. That's a big thing the government's been trying to promote since I was a kid, even. Gun ownership.
True.
Yeah, gun ownership in rural Canada, which is most of Canada, is actually quite common. It's because it's pest control. You need it for taking care of your crops. Even back in Dunnville, which I lived in town, it's not like I lived on the farm. Even in town, people had guns because you needed to take care of the rabbits in your garden and everything. I thankfully never had to shoot rabbits or anything like that.
I would cry if I had to shoot a rabbit.
Yeah, I don't think I could bring myself to do it, quite honestly. I just, I can't hurt an animal. I can't do it. But yeah, I understand that it's simply looked at as an important tool here. Lost book, is that from digging?
No, I got it from fishing because I'm actually keeping my name as the fishing champion. I'm not about to lose it to the likes of you.
I am also fishing, I'll have you know. That is probably what most of this Let's Play is gonna be.
But you didn't get a lost book, so really, who's winning here?
Yeah, I'm actually mostly fishing for fish, you see?
That's crazy.
Not
imagine
waterlogged
thinking
knowledge.
That fishing is limited just to fish. Some of us know how to catch books. You're just not throwing down the right bait.
Yeah, I just need to. I need to catch.
Oh, I just got it.
You caught
I understand now. No, I understand. Okay, the reason that I caught a book is because you know how worms are used as bait?
Mm-hmm.
It's a bookworm!
Oh my god, you cracked the code!
I've done it! Wow, Stardew Valley is really the most in-depth game with the strongest lore of all time.
It really is. Oh, okay. Before I forget, because I know that we're gonna just ramble about whatever random shit. Are you still streaming Elden Ring?
Yeah, I actually streamed it yesterday.
Okay, I watched a little bit of you stream it. I want to say like a few weeks ago. I popped in twice in between some work when I was on breaks. The first time I popped in, you were making your character with the horrible, gigantic anime eyes. I remember tweeting a picture of it at you. What was the other one? I popped in another time and you were just finishing off what looked to be like some kind of early boss. You went out into a big, beautiful field, and the first thing that happened was you talked to some guy who immediately calls you maidenless.
Exactly.
That bastard.
So cool. I know. Have you played Elden Ring?
I have not.
Have you done it? You have to
not.
play it. You have to play it. I can't be the only one here.
I don't think it's my
who's
kind of
maidenless.
game.
No, if I have to be maidenless, so do you. That's just how it works. I can't be maidenless. And then
I haven't
MDB
been
over here is
maidenless
drowning
since
in
I was
maiden.
like 16. I'm 29.
Damn, that's a flex.
It's the truth. It's just how
It's
it
a
worked
hard
out for me.
flex. Sorry, I'm maidenless. I don't have any anime bitches on my side right now.
See, people like to say that all the good men are taken. That's how I got snatched up at 16.
Yeah, everybody's missing an MDB in their lives.
Mm-hmm. There's an MDB-shaped hole in everybody's life. Except for the people who already know me, I guess.
I'm too immature for saying
Oh,
MDB
for fuck.
shaped hole. I'm too
See,
immature
I
for
walk
this shit.
into these with you. This happened
You
off-air,
do!
too.
It's not my fault. See, it's not my fault. You were asking for it.
You see, normally I laugh at these things and make the dumb, immature jokes, too. It's just that you catch on to them significantly faster than I do.
Yeah, I think I have a problem.
Well, you were saying
Please don't
before
send
you're
me
like
to the
borderline
hospital.
Gen Z, right?
Yeah, see, are you saying that this is a Gen Z problem? Because you're completely
Maybe.
right.
Now, I'm not
It is
calling
a
it a
Gen Z
problem. If anything, it's an asset.
An asset? Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna put that on my resume.
Yeah.
MDB
Yes,
told
put
me that
that
my
on your
degeneracy was
resume.
an asset.
Oh, wow, we both went to bed at the exact same time. That was perfect. Hey, level 3 fishing.
We have the same farming instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my fishing is just getting way too good right now.
Man,
You're not
days
gonna
pass way faster in multiplayer. That or I'm crazy.
Yeah, nothing pauses. Because if you open like your menu, then it won't
Right.
pause.
Yeah, I didn't even consider how much time that must extend a day by.
Yeah, you're fighting the clock, and you're not gonna
Yeah.
win.
No. Me
No,
sell
I got
hats,
too much
okay.
fishing going over here.
Poke hat mouse, okay. Oh, right, I gotta
I
buy more
love the
parsnip
hat
seeds and stuff.
mouse.
I don't think I visited him, but I know where he is. He's like southwest of the lake.
You have to visit him. He sells you a
Man.
baseball cap. He sells you like a backwards baseball cap. How are you gonna look cool if you don't have that?
Well, I am from the 90s, so I understand the value in having a backwards baseball cap.
Oh. Did you, in Canada in the 90s, okay, were people like wrapping their jackets around their waist back then?
Yeah. In fact, in high school, I would, in high school, like late high school, I'm talking when I was, closed on Wednesdays, I need to buy seeds. Right, back in high school, I used to, so I'd have like a red flannel shirt and I had like a black leather jacket over that, right? So if it got too hot, the look was to take off the flannel shirt and you tie that around your waist so it hangs down.
Yeah.
People would think it's a skirt sometimes, which was always hilarious to me. But like that was just a grunge look from, I mean, I guess it was probably out of date by the time I was there. I mean, by the time I was in high school, people had their loose t-shirts down to their fucking knees and their pants falling down and stuff. That was a look for some reason. I thought it was dumb at the time. But I was doing more like the 90s grunge stuff because, of course, I'm into pro wrestling, and so my look was more Raven from ECW. Someone watching gets this stuff.
No, listen, I was exactly the same way, and I kept doing it for forever. It's just a convenient thing to do. I never even thought of it as fashion. Yeah, it's just like, if you get too hot, and you don't want to carry your coat around, just wrap it around your waist, super simple.
And like it stays, you just like tie it with the sleeves.
Yeah, I got bullied when I was younger, though, because people were like, look at her, she's tying her jacket around her waist. Ugh. I didn't even know it was outdated.
Oh, fucking it was outdated when I was doing it. I just didn't give a shit. People made fun of me for how I looked about everything in high school, though, so I just learned to ignore it.
They have to get new material.
Yeah.
They wish that they were as bald as you.
See, they just wish they had my sweet facial hair.
Honestly, yeah, me too. I feel like if I had facial hair, maybe that would broaden my appeal. Not a lot of anime girls with facial hair.
You know what?
So I could be the first one.
Cornering the market.
Exactly. You have to be the first one to these things. It's not that simple. You gotta be an entrepreneur.
That's probably the kind of thing you could do a deal with the devil over, right?
I could, but I don't want to talk to him. He's an asshole.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I think your fucking boss sucks.
Okay, well,
Susan what's got nothing on his ass.
Yeah. I mean, is that like asking for a raise? Is it like a status symbol to have a beard?
Yeah, listen, if he thought that it would do me any type of benefit, then he would say no. Like, if it's gonna help me, he's gonna say no. That's just his personality. We all know someone like that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, these things in the mine are beating me up. It's okay, I won't die here. Yeah. See, I'm diversifying my income.
Ah,
right? I'm
gotta have that diversified portfolio.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I, as an enlightened business owner, can speak to that.
Oh, self-employed. Whoa.
Yes, I do actually have a registered business. I am legally El Presidente of Mah-Dry-Bread Incorporated. I passed it by a lawyer.
Wait. Now I feel the need to ask. Okay, this really is the recording of just talking about random shit, but
that's all I do for a living.
I need to know. So do you have like what's the word I'm looking for? Like an accountant? Like someone who helps you with your finances?
Yeah. I have an accountant.
How did you go about finding one? I'm like,
oh, it's hard.
I'm gonna have to do this.
Yeah, it's hard to find one that understands YouTube because I had to go through some. Like the first one just did our taxes completely wrong and cost me a lot of money.
Oh no.
And the second one that we almost signed up with claimed that they totally understood all of this stuff. But then thankfully before we signed up with them, they dropped the amazing bombshell on us of trying to explain to me that I should be charging all of my Twitch subscribers HST. What? That I need to charge them all HST on top of their subscription fees so that I can pay my government HST. No matter how much I tried to explain to the accountant, I do not qualify for HST. I am not in sales. I provide a service. I do not sell goods. They didn't understand it to the point that when I called the CRA, Canadian Revenue Agency, that's like our tax people, I called them because you're supposed to at some point when you have a business to set things up with them. And I said to the lady, the accountant we were talking to thought I'm supposed to do HST on Twitch subscribers. She literally just started laughing and said, no, of course you don't qualify for HST.
So,
What in the fuck? We got a good one now, I think.
I mean, I would certainly hope so.
Mm.
It just stresses me out so much thinking about it. See, I filed my own taxes last year, my own demon taxes. And that was
It's not
very
easy.
stressful. I was
It
just
is.
waiting. I was just thinking, what if the IRS calls me and they just have like a bunch of horrible things to say about me?
Yeah.
Even though, technically I'm just stupid. Like sorry, I have an enemy coming after me. He kind of scared me. He's making buzzing noises.
If anyone's gonna bust you, it's the IRS.
Yeah, do you hate bees? Or do you like bees?
IRL?
I feel like there's only two types of people, yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
I like bees. I'm not scared of them. I got stung by one as a kid, but like,
Me too.
I totally deserved it.
Listen, I sat on a bee on accident. I was getting on like a swing set and the bee was sitting on it and I sat down. I didn't see it. And
Well,
it
you took a
stung
spot.
me. Listen, yeah, I mean, he did have dibs on the chair, but that doesn't
Yeah.
change the fact that me, as a little kid, was just very upset. Okay, and now I'm terrified of bees forever.
Oh, see, I did get stung right on I got stung on my right index finger, like right on the pad of it. It really sucked. Worst possible spot on my hand to get a bee sting. But fucking, I was fucking around with a bee. I was like a dumb little kid. I was probably like 4.
4? Oh
Something
man, you were
like
even
that.
younger than I was. You just have you have nads of steel, okay? Because I would have been crying.
I grew up in like the
handle it.
countryside, so I saw scarier shit. Like spiders still scare the hell out of me if they're big enough. I can handle them now. Like I'll kill them. It's just I went from being afraid of them as a kid to like kill on sight as an adult. But not with bees. I'll leave bees alone. Bees are nice. Biggest spider I've ever seen? Like in person? I've seen dock spiders the size of like my outstretched adult hand.
Ow.
That's his biggest, by far the biggest I've seen in person were those. Those are bigger than like, I had a friend with a pet tarantula. These are bigger than that. But dock spiders also run away from you. They're pretty afraid of you. I doubt they're actually called dock spiders. That's just what we called them growing up. I don't know what their actual names are, but
That's just so scary though. I can't even imagine.
Ontario is like the bug capital of Canada.
I didn't even know Canada had a bug capital.
Yeah, it's our bug and raccoon capital. Although the raccoons are nice. I mean, they're destructive, but they're nice. I like them.
The raccoons?
Yeah, they can be destructive unintentionally. I remember like when I lived in Hamilton, which is a big city here, my bedroom window was facing the escape exit, like the fire escape of a church next door. And once in the winter, when it was really cold, I watched for like half an hour out my window as a raccoon started ripping away at the bottom of a wooden escape door that like was just kind of dilapidated. And he spent half an hour ripping away layer by layer of wood until he could sneak in to get warm. Raccoons are strong motherfuckers.
Pretty smart, aren't they?
Very smart. They're kind of like a small bear. They're like a small bear monkey where they've got opposable hands. They can grip things. They learn social stuff. Like that was the same house where we had raccoons living under our shed in the backyard for a little while. And I remember when I'd go out there to barbecue, there was like a couple weeks where when I'd go out there to barbecue, one of the baby raccoons would come out from under the shed, and they just kind of like watch me from afar. And one day, one walked up to me and he tugged on the bottom of my pant leg a little bit, my jeans. He tugged on him a little bit, and I looked down at him, and he stood up tall and cupped his hands. And I think he'd learned from passerbys that he can beg.
Adorable. Wait, why don't I
It's
have a
so
pet
adorable.
raccoon then?
Mind you, they can carry disease and everything, and they do get scared. They're wild animals, so
I'll risk it for the biscuit.
you're not supposed to feed them. I had cat food. I could have fed them, but I just gave them some water because they needed it. They're babies.
You betrayed your raccoon friend.
Oh, that and like there were so many raccoons in that city. Like if you so many mornings I'd get up at like 5 a.m. and I'd go outside to like take out the garbage or whatever in the green bin. And I would open the garbage or the green bin, usually the green bin, and there's a raccoon in there looking up at me with his big beady eyes. And it's usually just they broke their way into it. What you do is you just lay it down on its side very slowly, leave the door open, leave for 5 minutes, and when you come back, he'll be gone. Some people try putting big rocks on top of their garbage to keep it from happening, but like that shit doesn't work. They'll just push it over anyway. You're just risking them getting bludgeoned to death, and I don't want to do that.
I can't believe Canada has a horrible raccoon homelessness problem. Don't you guys have any outreach things going on over there?
No, it's mostly animal control. Toronto's like the raccoon capital of Canada in terms of domesticated raccoons, because you are allowed to domesticate and have a pet raccoon here.
Wait, what?
I think it depends on the city you're in, I think, or the township or whatever. Some are okay with it and some aren't. Generally, it's a thing of if you don't tell anyone and you keep them on a leash when you take them outside, then it's fine. Like if you're walking your raccoon, no one's gonna animal control and police. No one's gonna like stop you if you're walking your raccoon, because raccoons, if you domesticate them, they do have to go for walks. They're really active creatures. So I've never seen someone actually lose their raccoon here for that. I know that happens in the States sometimes, which is frankly horrible considering they're very intelligent. It's like stealing someone's cat. Like that's really fucked up, both for the person and for the animal. If they're taking care of the animal, it just shouldn't be taken from them. Anyway, it's turning 5. So and I know you were saying that you can't go past 5. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I just have fun rambling and hanging out. That's what this series is all about. We got a comment.
No, yeah, me too.
On the last episode of it, just saying something like, oh, it's like a throwback, just, you know, rambling about whatever bullshit. This is how Let's Play should be. And it's awesome because that comment came from a channel that I've been watching for years. Is it fine to call out a YouTube channel that you watch who commented on the series? I guess.
Hey, I mean, it's a public comment. Canceled.
It's a public comment, so I guess there's nothing like it's not humble bragging to say that they watch. Hey, Willie Mac, the YouTuber, not the wrestler, although the wrestler Willie Mac is also fantastic. Your show's great. We should do a Let's Play together sometime. Fuck around, it'll be fun. Hey, I just got a cutscene where I came out of your house. What the fuck? That's not supposed to happen, Clint.
Wait, maybe it's because I left, so now you're in the main house. See, that's how you know that I am the ruler of this Let's Play.
Wow, yeah, I was just... How the hell... Yeah, crafting for a furnace, yeah. It was just, oh, server has close connection. There you go.
Yeah, don't worry about it. That's just proof that I own the place.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I have no idea when the next one will be. It's whenever we're free.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah. And I put these things up early on Twitter for if anyone wants to see them early. Or you could like bookmark the playlist, that too. I just put them up as like unlisted. So you can find them in the playlist section, but not in the video section. Just as like a little early fun bonus for people who want to see it early, you know? Yeah. Little reward for the Twitter people. Everybody go follow Lucy on the Twitter and on the Twitch. I put your links in the description.
Aw,
at least I hope I remember.
I forget to put my own links in my own descriptions. You're completely fine.
See, I'm a professional. I'm 13 years in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was in the realm of a god right now. Sorry, hold on. Let me humble myself a little bit.
Yes, I am.
Mr. Mah-Dry-Bread, thank you so much for deigning to put my links in your description. I really appreciate that.
Yes, Lord Mah-Dry-Bread accepts your thanks. All right, thank you everybody for watching.
So grateful.
Until next time, have a nice day.
Bye.